All right, so we got number 55 here. I've taken the liberty to write down the quadratic formula. Here's the actual equation. First thing I need to do is to make sure all my terms are on the same side of the equation. So 5x squared plus 2x plus 2 equals 0. Therefore, now I know my a value is 5, my b value is 2, and then my c value is also 2. So x will be equal to the opposite of wherever b is. Opposite sign. So if b is 2, the opposite of that is negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times the a value, which is 5, times the v value, which is 2, all divided by twice a. If a is 2, 2 times a, that's going to be 10. This is equal to negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared is 4 minus, let's see, 4 times 5 is 20 times 2 is 40 minus 40, all this divided by 10. This now becomes x equal to minus 2 plus or minus the square root of a negative 36, all divided by 10. Well, I realize that this is an imaginary number, so I'm going to rewrite this as minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 36 times the square root of negative 1, all over 10. This becomes now negative 2 plus or minus, let's see, this is going to be I. I'm going to put that in front. Square root of 36, that's the, well, actually, no. I'm going to put the 6 first. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of negative 1 is the letter I. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different. If you realize what's going on here, 2 is a factor of 10, 2 is a factor of itself, 2 is a factor of 6. The only way you can cancel out if that common factor is a common factor of all of these terms. So how I get around it is I want to factor out a positive 2. If I factor out a positive 2 in the numerator, I get to negative 1 plus or minus 3i all over. And I'm going to write 10 as 2 times 5. All right, so I can see mathematically I can cancel those two babies out. So here's my answer, but I could conceivably see the answer written this way. Negative 1/5 plus 3i over 5. All right. Or I could have that I out here. In fact, I'll rewrite the second one as negative 1/5 minus, I could see that as 3/5, and the I could be all by itself. So these guys are actually one and the same, except one has a minus sign, one's got a plus sign. I got to see, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they may give you the decimal representation as well as this, which would be great, because then you don't need to get involved in changing things to decimals. But we'll take a look at that. We'll see. All right, but practice will be good.